The longest cast ever thrown in competition came off a 1970s reel design. Distance casters credit that record, roughly 939 feet, to a hot-rodded Abu 6500. That's number 9 on this list of 9. Not a new reel. An old metal reel with fresh bearings inside it. The industry sells you a new body every few seasons. But the 3 parts that decide how a reel actually feels cost a few dollars each. Bearings, drag washers, lubricant, the rest is a paint job. So, 9 truths about beating a new reel with an old one, and the one $15 part worth buying. Number 9 settles the argument before it starts. You've seen an old Abu in a coffee can at a garage sale, priced like scrap. The distance casting crowd doesn't treat it that way. The reels they hot rod for records are the Abu 6500 and the Daiwa Millionaire. Those designs are older than most of the men casting them. They don't win because they're old. They win because every part that matters can be replaced. Number 8 is the number printed on the bearing box. ABEC 7. ABEC 9. It sounds like a performance grade, but it isn't. ABEC is a manufacturing tolerance standard. It says nothing about smoothness and nothing about casting distance. Boca Bearings sells upgrade bearings for a living. Their own technical article calls ABEC 9 the most misrepresented rating in the category. A real tech put it plainly on a base forum. Those grades are built for machinery near 30,000 revolutions per minute. Your spool will never see a fraction of that. ABEC 5 is plenty. Number 7 is the bearing count, and it's worse. Alan Hawk is the closest thing this hobby has to an independent authority. He's written that the bearing count is a purchasing option. A company ordering shelf reels tells the factory how many bearings it wants. The factory installs that many, then drops bushings into the leftover spots. Good bearings aren't expensive, but bad ones are extremely cheap. So 11 bearings on the box can mean 11 of the cheapest made. Number 6 is the one you'll argue with me about. Ceramic hybrid bearings. Boca's own field testing claimed roughly 19% more casting distance over steel. Their marketing lead told a fishing magazine an old bait caster picked up 15 to 21%. Those are vendor numbers. But a Boca technician wrote something different on a forum when nobody was selling anything. Most of the gain, he said, probably comes from the thorough cleaning and the better lubricants. A servicer put it harder. Swap a dirty greased bearing for a clean oiled ceramic and it's a big difference. Compare a clean oiled stock bearing to that ceramic and it's slight. I personally run hybrids in salt, but I run them for corrosion resistance, not for 10 extra feet. Count what you've heard. The rating, the count, the material. 3 things sold to you as upgrades, priced accordingly. And the people selling them keep pointing at the same free thing instead. Hold that, because it lands at number 1. Number 5 is the mistake that makes a good reel feel dead. Grease protects, so people grease everything. But the rule isn't optional. Grease the gears. Oil the bearings. Never put grease inside a spool bearing. Technicians call it the most destructive service error there is. Grease in a spool bearing doesn't protect your distance, it eats it. Plenty of reels sold as worn out were just maintained with the wrong product. And remember the word varnish. Number 4 is the actual $15 upgrade, and on a spinning reel it isn't the spool bearing. It's the line roller. That little wheel gets drenched on every cast. Multiple shops call it the first bearing in the reel to die. Plenty of reels ship a plain bushing there instead. A proper sealed bearing runs $6 to $15. It also kills the grinding you've been blaming on your braid, and some of the twist you blamed on your casting. 1 part, 1 afternoon. Honestly, if you do nothing else, do this. Number 3 is the can under your sink. Penn service supervisor Tony Dubeck gave Sport Fishing magazine his verdict. Spraying that famous water-displacing spray inside a reel is the worst thing you can do. It's a solvent, not a lubricant, and it attacks the grease and oil already in there. The same piece notes salt intrusion is the top reason reels come back. Outside the reel as a wipe down, that spray is fine. Inside it, you're paying to degrease your own gearbox. Number 2 will get me letters from retired reel techs, and they'll be agreeing. The anti-reverse roller clutch stops your handle spinning backwards. It must stay dry. No oil. No grease. Nothing, Shimano's service guidance, passed along by their own pros, is that any lubrication will cause it to fail. Technicians report most dead anti-reverse bearings they open had somebody's oil in them. If yours is corroded, you replace it. You don't lubricate it. Take that one thing. And nobody sponsors this channel, so the cheap fix research is stuff I ended up writing down myself. Same math on a boat as on a reel. Number 1 is free, and it's why this video exists. A 20-year-old reel almost never feels rough because the metal is worn. It feels rough because the factory grease dried into varnish and welded itself into every moving surface. Strip it with solvent. Dry it properly. Light oil in the bearings, marine grease on the gears. The reel comes back. That isn't my theory, it's the bearing company's own tech saying the benefit is mostly the cleaning. The $15 parts are real, and I buy them. But the biggest upgrade you can make costs a rag and an evening. And yes, I know I just spent 8 minutes building to soap and patience. The point was never to talk you out of upgrading. It was to aim your money at the parts that pay. Because once you know what's replaceable, the used rack stops being a graveyard. It becomes a parts bin with reels attached. So here's what I'd hunt for. Start with the Penn Spinfisher SS series, the metal-bodied ones. The 4500, the 5500, the 6500. Simple, metal, and parts houses still stock schematics, bearings and carbon drag washers at about $1.80 a piece. But the honest caveat is that Penn later sold a graphite-bodied version under a similar name. It is not the same reel, so check the body first. Next, the Shimano Curado, the old 200B, the BSF, and the newer E-series. Bearing kits and carbon drag sets are off-the-shelf items, which tells you how many people rebuild them. But the caveat is real. Parts for the oldest green ones are drying up. If you want a reel you can still feed in 5 years, buy the E-series. Then the Ambassadeur, the 5500 and 6500C models. This is the platform the record casters use, and vendors openly sell bushing to bearing conversion kits for it. But some swaps change how the reel behaves, and a few delete the clicker. Know what you're giving up before you order. The gold standard for a first rebuild is the metal-bodied Daiwa BG. It comes apart with a screwdriver and goes back together without swearing. But the caveat is about its cousins. Don't buy a magnetically sealed Daiwa expecting to tune it at home. Alan Hawk's standing objection is that those sealed bearings aren't user-serviceable and cost more when they fail. And sometimes new is the right call. Modern sealed bodies keep salt out better than anything built 2 decades ago. If corrosion has reached the main gear or the parts have stopped existing, walk away. A rebuild that costs more than the reel isn't a victory, it's a hobby. Your call. The reel isn't tired, the lubricant is. Every reel on that used rack is one solvent bath and one bearing away from the reel somebody paid $200 for. So pull the side plate, look at the grease, and buy it once and buy it right. One last thing. No sponsors, no dealers, nobody pays me to point at a reel, which is why the $50 Fix Bible exists. 15 repairs a shop bills $200 to $800 done for under $50 in parts. I learned that the hard way, drowning a Spinfisher in grease. $19.99 once. You got today's answer free either way. Codes on screen, links in the description. Next week I'm tearing into the reels that aren't worth saving, including one legendary name that quietly went to plastic gears. YouTube thinks you'll like both of those videos, so click one now. And if you made it all the way to the end here, you already know to subscribe.